everyone, it's Hayes, and we're going to be discussing some theories I have about episode 14 of Miraculous Ladybug Season 5, Derision. But before I start, I haven't read the show Bible or seen any of the leaks, so if you already know what happens, that's wonderful, but I don't want to know. As much as I enjoy making theory videos about the show and speculating what's going to happen, I don't actually want to know what happens until I see the episode air. So if you already know, I'd very much appreciate it if you didn't comment any leaks down below. Thank you very much. So, let's start by rereading those two synopses we have. So, the one from Gloob. Marinette is about to have a normal date with Adrian, but she starts to suffer repeated panic attacks, creating an emotional situation that could make her a target for Monarch Daddy. And then the one from RTS. What if the answer to Marinette's sentimental problems lies in her past, when she wasn't yet the Marinette we know? So, with these in mind, I think we need to talk about Marinette's past first, and I think this is the near past, as in perhaps a school year before the one in the show. I don't think it's much further back than that. So the synopsis from RTS seems to imply that Marinette's feelings for someone else before she even met Adrian have caused her to have this anxiety we see she has in the show now, and the trailers point to that person being Kim. In my opinion, the clips of them we've seen don't really communicate to me that she had feelings for Kim, only that they just seem like friends.
She's just a friend.
Sorry, I had to. But she does seem fairly normal about it, but perhaps Marinette was able to be more normal and reasonable around boys until whatever it was happened. The only reason I think she has a crush on Kim really is down to two things: the use of the word sentimental in the RTS synopsis, and this image of Marinette staring dreamily at what I assume is her notice board. It appears to be a flashback, and if she did have a crush on Kim, I think it stands to reason that she had photos of him up there rather than Adrian. However, Marinette quickly turns away from it. She seems quite nervous, which I think has to do with Chloe. As we see, Marinette walks into class and Chloe is saying something. What exactly? I don't know, because Gloob didn't give us a dialogue. How dare you?
I don't care.
Chloe looks like she's being mean though, so does Sabrina, judging by the looks on their faces, and then of course Marinette sits down on a tube of paint, which I assume Chloe or Sabrina put there in order to hurt Marinette. I think the RTS synopsis is trying to imply that Marinette had feelings for Kim, but Chloe and Sabrina bullied her about it, and as a result Marinette is now having problems with Adrian due to that anxiety. Why exactly the girls would do that though, I don't quite understand. As we saw in Dark Cupid, Chloe is not interested in Kim, so while bullying someone isn't okay, I can maybe understand why Chloe did that if she liked Kim too. But I don't think Chloe ever has. I don't think she minds him. He helped her out in Lady Wi-Fi with getting Alia in trouble, but I don't really think Chloe has ever had, romantic interest in Kim. So why is she doing this? Well, if we look at the meaning of the episode title, while it also obviously refers to the monkey Miraculous, derision means contentious ridicule or mockery. While I hope Chloe has a better motivation when we see the episode, right now I do think it's just possible that Chloe has always disliked Marinette and thinks the idea of Marinette with Kim is ridiculous. And I know that seems a bit out of nowhere, but let's go back to deflagration. Same thing here happened in the cafeteria scene. Chloe thinks it's stupid that Adrian could possibly have feelings for someone like Marinette. For whatever reason, and here I'm kind of assuming it's due to Chloe's arrogance and the disparity in class between the two girls, and Chloe thinks very little of Marinette, hence why she goes around all the time calling her a baker girl. She really looks down on her due to Chloe's arrogance. In the trailers, Marinette seems to have just woken up since she's in bed and in her pyjamas, and she seems to have a panic attack almost right away, so maybe she had a nightmare about those previous events of when she was younger, and now it's the morning of her date with Adrian, her boyfriend. All of that anxiety has resurfaced. I think as a result of Chloe's bullying, Marinette just doesn't feel she's good enough to date Kim, Adrian, whoever, and ends up having another panic attack at the pool, which leads to her almost getting akumatized, but I don't think she does get akumatized. Kim seems to be the only one who does. I think it's another fake out, sadly. And speaking of Kim, his behaviour in the episode seems very strange too, from the trailers we've got so far. He laughs when Marinette runs off all upset, and Adrian isn't very happy with him. Since Kim is kind of sort of friends with Chloe, I kind of always viewed Kim as a bit like Chloe's henchman, basically. I think maybe it's possible that Chloe got Kim to join in with the bullying, which would add to why Marinette is so anxious. It's one thing for someone else to bully you for who you have feelings for, but it's far worse to have the person you like also bully you for having feelings for you, so I can't imagine how Marinette feels. Although I think this will all add up to a very angry and protective Adrien, and I don't think he'll get akumatized either, but I am hoping to see protective Adrien. Yes please, I would like that. So very, very much. Although, speaking of Adrien, my last little theory for this episode is that I think we might actually get to see Cat Blanc. When Kim is akumatized, he is firing arrows, and one of them has a white cat on the end of it. It seems to be heading for Cat Noir, although I'm not 100% sure, and Ladybug does seem very alarmed by this. So does that mean Kim hits someone with it and they turn into Cat Blanc? I'm not sure. I'm also not sure if that means they'd be given his ultimate power of destruction, but I don't think they necessarily need to be given that in order for Ladybug to be alarmed. I think just seeing Cat Blanc and reliving the trauma of that moment would be enough to get Marinette anxious and scared, which does seem to be a big theme in this episode, Marinette's anxiety and stuff like that. And I swear to God, if anyone, if I see anyone saying, Marinette has too many panic attacks, no such thing as too many. Okay, there is very little you can do to stop a panic attack. No. Shh. Okay. Anyway, besties, all of the airing dates are on the screen for you. I'd love to know what you think of my ideas, but please keep the comments leak free. I'll see you in the next one.